Hey, gang. How's it going? Welcome to a new Foxy stream on FlexFlix. Fasten your seatbelts. A great educational adventure is about to begin. Are you ready, folks? Listen to this tremendous thing I have to tell you. It turns out that my school teaches courses after school hours of a lot of different things, and I decided to sign up for a Taekwondo class because I've always been interested in learning martial arts. But wouldn't you know it? Without realizing it, I ended up enrolled in the hip hop class schedule. At first, I'm not going to lie to you, I was a little confused, and I thought about running away. I wanted to do flying kicks and not dance steps. But then I said to myself, Foxy, why not take this opportunity and make the most of it? So I decided to let myself go and enjoy the hip hop class. And let me tell you, gang, it was awesome. I learned some super fun dance moves and also made some new friends in the class. Can't believe it, me neither. Well, and get this. On the way home with my dad, I told him what happened, and he complimented on my ability to adapt. To tell you the truth, I had never heard that before. So I asked him what he meant. And he told me that adaptability refers to how we make friends with situations or environments that are different from what we are used to, and that it was very common in humans and even animals. But how can it be? What would be an example of animal adaptation? Well, a lot of questions came to my mind. And so I said, how about I explore this topic in my stream together with my friends? So that's what we're going to do today. Learning about adaptation of different organisms to the environment? Sounds interesting, doesn't it? Whoa, wait. Speaking of interesting things, listen to this. Later, we're going to boost our knowledge with Story Wizard, an artificial intelligence tool with which you can create amazing stories. But we have to wait a little while yet. Well, before we dive into adapting organisms, something occurs to me. We can ask our magic notebook FlexFlix GPT to help us relate an adaptive situation, like me in my hip-hop class, to the adaptation of organisms to the environment. Let's see. Wait for me to open the chat room. This way. This way. All right. And now right. Hi, chat. Today in my stream, I'm going to learn about the adaptation of organisms to the environment. Can you relate this topic to an everyday life situation? For example, how I adapted the other day when I thought I signed up for a Taekwondo class and was surprised to find it was a hip-hop class? Send. Let's see, we are waiting for the answer. Today. Wow, how fast FlexFlix GPT is. Let's see. What did it answer us? I'm going to read it. Hi. Sure. Your reaction to finding yourself in a hip-hop class instead of Taekwondo is an example of adaptability, similar to how organisms adapt to their environment in order to survive. In both cases, the ability to adjust to new situations is essential to thrive. Adaptation is present in nature as well as in our daily lives. Wow, that's a good one. I love that answer. Okay, folks, I'm always looking for the perfect video to practice all the topics, and today is no exception. I found a great one. Let's check it out.
Hi, Santi. How was your weekend at the coast?
It was great. We had some beautiful days. We went to the beach and everything.
Great! Did you go in the sea?
No, because it was quite windy.
Well, but the beach is great for playing anyway.
Yes, we did a lot of things. We played ball, made castles in the sand, and walked a lot. And you know what was there?
What?
Many clams on the shore.
But there are always clams.
No, not always. When we went during the winter vacations, even though it was very cold, we went for a walk on the beach, and there were none.
That's strange, because if there are when it's warm, there should also be when it's cold.
Maybe in winter they migrate, like whales.
I don't think so. Clams can't swim like whales.
And then?
I don't know. Maybe they have some adaptation that we don't know about.
An adaptation?
Sure, like the ones we saw in class.
Yes, I remember now.
In class we saw
Normally,
When talking about certain topics, we use words that we all understand, but we never stop to think about what their true meaning and scope is. One such term is adaptation. I'm sure we all think we mean the same thing when we say it.
But if we tried to define it, we would probably have a hard time agreeing on it.
Exactly. Let's do a test. What do we mean? When we say that something or someone adapts to a situation,
Hey, it accommodates that situation.
good, but sometimes to accommodate to a situation, first you need a modification.
There's something I don't understand. What does it mean to say that a species accommodates itself to an environment? Is it the same as saying that it manages to survive?
That a species adapts to its environment is not only that it manages to survive, but also that it can reproduce successfully and that it lasts at least for several generations.
But it seems to me that the environmental conditions for this to happen do not occur just anywhere.
Of course, what do you call the environment in which a species lives, and which meets the necessary conditions for a species to survive and subsist?
Habitat?
Okay, and how would we define habitat?
In the manual, it says that habitat is where the ecological niche of each species is covered.
Ecological niche.
The ecological niche is the set of physical, chemical, and biological needs that a species has in order to live and reproduce.
I do not understand what you mean by chemical, physical, and biological needs.
We know that species need certain conditions of their environment to survive, such as a range of temperature and salinity, a periodic amount of nutrients, light, and water. In all these needs, there are maxima and minima that species can withstand.
Maximums and minimums?
We think together. Imagine a plant.
Plants must cover their need for water, light, air, nutrients.
Very well. What happens if any of these resources, for example water, is insufficient?
The plant would die, it would dry up.
And if there is too much, for example in a flood?
Would it also die from too much water?
Very well. Then we can say that there is a minimum and a maximum of humidity.
Does the same thing happen for all resources?
Yes, and the same thing can be drawn, and this is represented by a graph known as a tolerance curve. If you look at it, the wider the curve.
The wider the tolerance of the species?
Exactly. But there is a range where the amount of resources is optimal, where each species not only survives.
Of course, each species at its optimum will reproduce more successfully. But then, what does it mean that organisms have different tolerance curves?
There are species that are ureouric and others that are stenoic. Ureoecious species are those that can withstand large variations in environmental conditions or resources. Ureoecious means wide-ranging. Stenoic species are very sensitive to very small variations, becoming specialists in one type of resource. For this reason, it costs them a little more, any adaptation. Stenoic means narrow-ranging.
Maybe clams have a behavioral adaptation as well.
I don't understand.
It's just that I kept thinking about these adaptations and tolerance curves.
Let's see.
Maybe clams have a narrow range for temperature.
You mean they are stenotic for temperature?
Yes, and they can't survive when it's too cold.
That may be. That's why you didn't see them when you went in winter, but where is the adaptation there?
For example, underwater.
Are you proposing that they do indeed make a migration from the shore in winter out to sea?
Sure, they are not as flashy migrations as whales or birds, but the whole population can spend the winter like that in a place where the temperature does not drop so much.
It may be what you say, Santi. Did you notice that the seawater doesn't seem to be as cold in winter?
Sure then, the clams would be uriorizal with respect to humidity, but stenoic with respect to temperature.
Okay, folks, I get it. So all species have certain needs that they must meet to survive in their habitat. Hey, and also, we learned that there are some species that can withstand more disturbance in their environment. We saw it in the tolerance curve. Remember? Species that have a greater ability to adapt are called urio-uric, while stenoic species are more sensitive and find it difficult to adapt to variations in the environment. It's fascinating how each species has its own way of adapting and surviving. Wow, how amazing! It's fascinating to understand how creatures adapt to their environment. I find it super interesting. Knowing about adaptation helps us understand how animals, plants, and even we ourselves adapt, so we can live happily and healthily on our home, the Earth. It's as if every living thing has a special superpower to survive. Learning about this helps us take better care of our planet and protect endangered species. Together we can all make a big difference and take care of our home. Well, now my friends, do you want to see how we can use artificial intelligence tools to enhance our knowledge? Let's dive into this fabulous world. But wait! Remember that we must not forget to always use these tools with care. And with the help of an adult, of course. Well, as I told you before, we are going to use Story Wizard. It's an artificial intelligence tool that can create amazing stories. And it also has some great drawings. It occurred to me that we can make a story that touches on the topic we explored today. But how about asking FlexFlix GPT to give us a prompt to give to Story Wizard? Yes? Okay. Let's see. I'm going to open our magic notebook again. I'll remind you that you must have downloaded the app from your smartphone or tablet in order to use the tool. Let's see. I will write, chat. After learning about the adaptation of organisms to the environment, I am going to use Story Wizard, an AI tool that generates stories to create a story about this topic. Could you give me a prompt for the tool to generate the story from that sentence? Let's see. Let's wait for the answer. God, I can't wait. There it is. Okay, I'm going to read it. Sure. Here's a prompt to use in Story Wizard to generate a story about organisms adapting to the environment. Lucas must adapt to a very important change. A new school. Even though he is afraid he won't be able to make new friends or enjoy the activities, he realizes that his adaptive abilities are amazing, and he manages to make new friends quickly. Okay, now let's go to the Story Wizard website. This way, very good. Now we'll go here. Create a story. We're going to choose the main character. A boy. All right. Next, the name. I'm going to name him Lucas. Very good. We choose the illustrations. These. And finally, here is the story given to us by FlexFlix GPT. All right. Let's see what the tool gives us. Wow. Check it out. Shall we read it? Okay, let's go. Lucas was a happy boy who loved going to school. He enjoyed playing with his friends during recess, learning new things from his teachers, and participating in extracurricular activities. However, his life took a sudden turn when his family moved to a new city, and he had to attend a new school. Lucas was nervous about starting at a new school. He was worried that he wouldn't make any friends and that he wouldn't enjoy the activities as much as he did at his old school. When his first day at school arrived, he felt a knot in his stomach as he walked through the doors. The school was big and unfamiliar, and Lucas felt lost. He didn't know where his classroom was or where he could find the cafeteria. He wandered around for a few minutes until he saw a friendly-looking teacher who asked him if he needed help. "Hi, I'm Miss Johnson," the teacher said. "Can I help you find your classroom?" "Yes, please," Lucas said with a sigh of relief. "I'm in room 101. Miss Johnson smiled. "That's just down the hall. You'll be there in no time." "Okay. I'll finish reading it later, folks. But it looks super cool, don't you think?" "Oh, I love Story Wizard, folks. Do not hesitate to use it." "Very good. That was really cool, don't you think?" But we're getting to another super cool moment in my streamings. It's trivia time. Are you ready? Let's play. What is the name of the place where a species lives and provides for its needs? Ocean, home, or habitat? I'm between two. Choice number 3. Habitat. Good one. Let's go to the next one. What is the ecological niche of a species? A set of animals, a set of needs, or a set of variations? A set of needs, option number 2. All right, folks. We're all ready. What are species sensitive to variations in habitat called? Tenoic species, intolerant species, or Euraceous species? Tenoic species, option number 1. All right, folks. Did we do it? Great, a little dance to celebrate. We did it, we did it, we did it. Well, this is it, gang. It's time to say goodbye. I had a great time with you today. I love it when you join my streamings and we learn and have fun together. I hope you were interested in today's topic and that you love the artificial intelligence tool I showed you as much as I did. I hope you enjoyed the whole stream and I hope to see you next time. Love you, gang. See you later.